give Alabama a ton of credit. They came into a great environment and really took it to us. They physically punished us. Coach Johnson had his guys ready. They did a great job. And so that was disappointing. I want to thank all our fans who came. They were awesome. I feel terrible. I feel like I let everybody down. Just to have that amount of folks here. And, we just haven't figured it out at home yet. We got to change our routine. We got to change some things up at home because we've just haven't played very well in our 2 home games in conference. And I like the reverse. We can win on the road and can't win at home. But give Alabama a ton of credit. They just annihilated. I mean, we can sit here and talk all we want, but our first shot defense was good. They just physically annihilated us on the glass. And if we don't get that corrected, Tuesday's going to be even worse because Georgia's a phenomenal rebounding team, phenomenal defensive team, and is very, very tough and very, very physical. So, just a disappointing night.
Okay, I'm going to like to get Ron.
Well, on your technical, did you accidentally bump the official, or what happened? I saw you trying to talk to Tremont, and the official
I was called timeout. I don't know if I touched him. It wasn't intentional. I don't know if I touched him or not. I don't know. But I was trying to call timeout and get the guys in the huddle, and I thought maybe there was a missed call beforehand. I was talking about, but I was not trying to touch him, bump him. Anything like that, if that did happen. I don't think it did, but maybe it did. I don't know. I haven't seen any video. I don't know.
Coach,
but that wasn't the intention.
Coach, that might have been the most heated a crowd's been here in a long, long time. What was your perspective, I guess, being down the court those final, few minutes, the interaction with some of the players in the student section and the officiating and all those things?
I mean, I thought our crowd was great. I just wish we could have delivered for them. Like I said, I feel terrible. I wish we could have delivered for them. They came out in full force. We asked them to come. And, I told our guys after the game, like, some of you guys have been here. You've gone from playing in front of 3,000 people to that. We've had, 12,000 at the Kentucky game, 13-6 or whatever it was tonight. And we got to play. You got to show up, you got to play. You got to show up and play. And, the same things that beat us in the Kentucky game beat us today. It's the exact same thing. We're going to be sick when we watch the film. But Alabama had a lot to do with it. They were more physical, they were bigger, they were long, they were athletic. They had a lot to do with that.
Coach, you guys came out kind of flat in the beginning of the second half. Think that was just lack of execution or just Alabama turning it up defensively?
Well, I think just a little bit of both. I mean, I give Alabama a ton of credit. The game was played their way. It was a slow game. It was slow paced. We shot 17 of our 31 field goals in the first half for threes. I mean, that's just not being tough, not getting in the paint. We talked about getting in the paint. That's just settling for, the path of least resistance, which you can't do against a really good team like Alabama.
Trey said that he thinks at some points early in the second half that they passed up too many shots to try and make an extra pass that didn't need to be made. Do you think they were just trying too hard maybe then?
I'll have to watch the film. I didn't see it that way, but I'll have to watch the film.
They doubled Duop pretty hard in the post, and y'all handled that well at times this year. What went wrong tonight?
We didn't have movement. Wap was catching it too low, wasn't fighting for good position. He was catching it too low. Our movement was poor. We had worked on it for 2 days leading up to it. We knew they were going to double us. We've executed pretty well out of it, but we didn't.
Coach, obviously you already addressed the crowd and its intensity. What do you say to the team when it gets really heated like that at the end of the game?
Everybody's got to just do their job, do what they're supposed to do, play their role, execute. We didn't execute a couple plays down the stretch. It's just disappointing, really, really disappointing.
Well, you talked about changing your home routine. What do you see that you changed? Maybe shoot around times?
No, we put them in a hotel the night before a game. We got a little more. We can limit some distractions and do a couple things like that. Make it more like our road routine. Our road routine works pretty well, so we may need to make it a little bit more like our road routine. That's just off the top of my head right now.
Coach, was that the kicked ball that you were disappointed with as far as the call? And do you have to let stuff like that go? Because obviously Trey had just hit a big shot when they did finally call it.
Yeah, it was, I'm not going to talk about the specific plays, but there was 2 plays I thought. And, I've got to do a better job of that. problem is, you know, I mean, I was frustrated. We weren't, you know, we didn't fight like we needed to fight, and so we weren't as tough as we needed to be. And so I'm just so competitive and want to win, and sometimes you want it too much, and I've got to do a better job with that.